I get a lot of people coming at me struggling for motivation. They're always asking, Carlo, I always seem to lose motivation. How do I stay motivated? Or how do I find motivation to begin with? And that right away should raise some red flags, because the fact that you're not where you want to be should be enough motivation. And if you feel like you need more motivation to take care of yourself, to eat healthy, and to exercise in order to lose weight and improve your overall health, you're doing it wrong. You're looking at this completely the wrong way, and it's only gonna set you up for disappointment. In this video, I'm gonna show you why motivation is garbage when it comes to achieving your weight loss goals and what you need to do instead. These are the exact same tips that I give to all my students, and they've all gone to see some amazing results. So you know it works. Before we get started, give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell to get notified every time I post a new video every week. I'm gonna level with you on this. Motivation isn't necessarily a bad thing, especially if you know how to use it properly. Like, it can get a lot of people off their butts, off the couch, and start working on their weight loss goals. But it should just be one of your many tools in your weight loss toolbox. Because if motivation is all you've got, you are setting yourself up for the inevitable weight gain rebound. Why? Because we only have a finite amount of motivation and willpower in this long journey towards achieving our goals. Then it runs out. And that's when things start to get interesting, to say the least. Like, think about it. When your motivation juices are running high, it's easy to get things done. It's honestly the easiest part in all of this. It's all puppies, rainbows, and unicorns flying around. You think to yourself, you're gonna cut out all the bad stuff, you're only gonna eat chicken and broccoli, you're gonna go to the gym every day. You probably already have all these great ideas in your head about what you're finally gonna do once you reach your dream body. You go on Instagram and you see your favorite celebrity or your favorite fitness influencer rocking a banging bikini body, which is most likely enhanced. Pro tip: unfollow those people. It's not good for your mental health, because subconsciously, you can't help but compare yourself to them even though you're crushing your goals. And when you do that, you'll always come second best. But what happens when the inevitable hits you and your motivation starts to run dry after a few days or a couple of weeks? Like, one day you're just having a really bad day. You know, everyone has them. Maybe you had a long day at work, or your boss yelled at you. Maybe somebody brought treats to the office. You just don't feel like going to the gym after work. And this eats away at your willpower and motivation. All of a sudden, it's not so easy to stick to the plan anymore. Those free donuts at the office kitchen starts to look more appealing by the second. You start getting demotivated, and this is the beginning of the end. This is honestly when people start to fall off the wagon. The next day, you start going out for lunch instead of eating your home-cooked meal. You finally cave into those free donuts. You start to find every reason on the planet to skip the gym because you're just not feeling motivated that day. We just start making up excuses in our heads, and happy hour sounds way more appealing. So that cheat meal that you had for lunch turns into a cheat day, which then bleeds over the next day, and that's when the danger starts. Next thing you know, you're having a cheat week and you're completely off the wagon and you're back to square one. This is why New Year's resolutions almost never work. I think you have an 8% chance of succeeding, and most of the 92 percentile are off the wagon by February. Now raise your hand if you've ever found yourself in that situation before. This is why you shouldn't rely on sheer motivation and willpower alone. Because everyone has good days and bad days, and your actions shouldn't always just be dictated by how motivated you're feeling that day. Here's the plain honest truth about this, and I kind of learned this the hard way. Nobody is gonna feel sorry for you that you're having a bad day and you have no willpower and you just want to eat a tub of Ben & Jerry's to make yourself feel better. It's what you do on the days when you just don't feel like sticking to the plan that matters the most. That's when it really counts. Because that then becomes your habit. Life happens. I get it. I really do. We all have stuff to deal with, but that's where discipline comes into play. I like to define discipline as knowing the difference between what you want now and what you want the most. But here's the key. Being disciplined comes from having a strong why. Why are you doing this to begin with? Like, what is your biggest reason for wanting to change? Because when you find that out, that becomes your true north in this journey. Personally, my why came to me when I went through a breakup back in 2012. I definitely put on the relationship weight, and when we broke up, I just ate my feelings away afterwards, which made me feel worse, and it just became this vicious cycle. I think we've all been there before, and I felt sorry for myself, and over time, I just got to a point where I got really sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. I saw a really ugly side of me, and I never want to feel that way about myself ever again. Like, nobody deserves to feel less about themselves. So I changed. They're not kidding when they say that a broken heart changes people. Okay, I'm gonna give you the most unsexy yet the most proven and time-tested way to get results. First, find out your why and really dig deep on this one, because again, that's what's gonna be your true north. It's what's gonna guide you in your journey, and use that to stay disciplined repeatedly over time to develop consistency. And consistency is what brings home the bacon. Consistency is what gets you results. I repeat, consistency and staying disciplined over time is what gets you results, not the motivational video that you've seen 1,000 times. This part is so key that even if you have the best diet and the best workouts on the planet, but if you're not disciplined and you don't stay consistent, it's only gonna be a matter of time until you fall off the wagon. For example, let's say you didn't sleep well the night before and you're not having a good start to your day. Maybe you got a flat tire on your way to work, or you spilled coffee on yourself. That's a pretty easy excuse to just write off your day and start over tomorrow. And you use that as an excuse to just eat your feelings away. Right? We're so emotionally attached to food, it's not even funny. We love to use food to make ourselves feel better. But it's what you do today, despite how you feel, that will eventually bring the results you want. You can't have one bad moment ruin your day. And that's kind of the negative side of motivation. It almost becomes this built-in excuse in your back pocket. You know, when you're not having a good day and you just don't feel like sticking to the plan. That's weak. In life, you can make excuses or you can get results. You can't do both. Next, you need to assess your situation. Like, where are you at in all of this? What's causing you to struggle to lose weight that you need to muster up enough motivation every single time to get started again? What old part of yourself are you still holding on to? Like, what's blocking you here? Because oftentimes, if you're struggling to lose weight, it's not like you're incapable of losing weight. Nobody's born overweight. You were born skinny. And usually, you're struggling to lose weight because you're not following the right system. It's definitely not just calories in versus calories out. Your body is a little bit more complex than that. And I explain that in further detail in this video, so make sure you check it out. But you can't keep eating low-calorie ice cream, rice chips, low-fat cream cheese, and abuse artificial sweeteners and diet soda and expect to lose weight just because it fits your macros. It doesn't work like that. You can't go to the gym 5, 6, 7 days a week while still eating a crappy diet and expect to lose weight. This is the most cliche thing ever, but you can't outrun or outwork a bad diet. The sooner you can accept that, the sooner you can actually get results. You gotta put in the work and you gotta make some changes. Here's one of my favorite quotes that exemplifies this point perfectly. Man cannot remake himself without suffering, for he or she is both the marble and the sculptor. My point here is that this weight loss transformation that you're trying to achieve is gonna take some work. It's also gonna take some time. It's gonna take some patience, actually a lot of patience. You need to be intellectually honest with yourself with where you're at and set a realistic goal for how long your weight loss transformation is actually gonna take. Because nothing sucks away at your motivation faster than setting extremely unrealistic goals. The problem is, as a society, we've grown to crave instant gratification. We want things right away. We want to lose weight right away. And if you're overweight and you've been overweight for a long time, then know that that weight is gonna take some time to come off. Like, the longer you've been insulin resistant, the longer it's gonna take for those insulin levels to go back to baseline. And insulin, in case you didn't know, is the hormone that controls your body weight. Like, for example, it didn't take you 2 weeks to put on the weight that you're trying to lose, right? Like, what makes you think that it's just gonna take 2 weeks for it to come off? Or even a month? And everyone just wants to sell you on their get skinny fast method diet. But I'm telling you, it's gonna take some time. And the sooner you can accept that, the higher your chances are of actually achieving sustainable results. You have to understand that this is a process, and the most important part is the process. There are levels, and the higher you get, the better. What's a realistic goal, you ask? Honestly, the number that you want to aim for is just 1 to 2 pounds of fat loss every week. If you do a little math, let's say you have a lot of weight to lose. If you're losing 2 pounds a week, which is perfectly doable in 12 weeks time or just 3 months, that adds up to 24 pounds of fat loss. That's a lot. That's life-changing for anyone. You're gonna be unrecognizable if you lose 24 pounds of fat. And in the grand scheme of things, like for example, the average lifespan for men in North America is 76 and 81 for women. 3 months or even 6 months of discipline and consistency is nothing. So you just have to understand that change takes time. So now it's time to take action. You need to show up every day. What I mean by that is you're not always gonna have good days. Not every day is gonna be surrounded by puppies, rainbows, and unicorns. Even though we want it to be, there's definitely gonna be bad days along the way. You're gonna have days where you just don't feel like working out. No part of you wants to go to the gym. But that is what separates people that get great results versus the people that get mediocre results or don't get results at all. The people that get great results still show up even though they're not having a good day. The ones that still show up when they have zero motivation. This is why bad workouts are extremely important. Because if you had a bad workout, that means you still showed up. You still showed up to the gym even though you're having a bad day. There is so much more value in that, not just physically, but mentally as well, than you not showing up at all. Because again, that becomes your habit. Unless you're sick, then obviously take the day off. The same thing applies when it comes to your diet. You still need to show up when it comes to your diet every day. Like some days I just want to eat ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I think we've all done that in some way, shape, or form. But there is something about delayed gratification that separates men from the boys and women from the little girls. There is something about sticking to the plan and trusting the process, even though you just want to go on the seafood diet. You see food, you eat it because you're having a bad day. That is honestly the path of least resistance. But we don't want that. That's weak. We want to put ourselves through voluntary hardship because this is where the magic happens. Your goal, if you really want to make things simple, is to just be 1% better every single day. In all aspects of your life, try to make one good decision, one better decision every day, because every day counts, even the bad ones, especially the bad ones. Next, you need to follow the right system. Here's the thing. You can show up every day and you can be brutally honest with yourself with where you're at. But if you're not following the right system, you're not gonna see results, period. Like you can be the most consistent human being on the planet, but if you're following the wrong system, you're just gonna be spinning your wheels. You ain't getting anywhere because consistency only works if you're doing the right thing. Let me repeat. Consistency will only work if you're doing the right thing. Again, if you think that it's just calories in versus calories out, meaning you eat a little less and you move a little bit more, you are gonna be severely disappointed by your results or lack thereof. Because calories in versus calories out over time has been proven to have a 99% failure rate. Because calories matter, but hormones are more important. There are rules to fat loss, and this is where a lot of people mess up. They have the right intention, but the wrong execution. If you keep doing the wrong thing consistently, it doesn't matter. That honestly is the definition of insanity. Like what got you here won't get you to the next level. You need to change things up if things aren't working. Okay, here's the biggest takeaway in this video. Change takes time. Losing weight is a process, but the most important part is the process. The execution is where the magic happens. And you do that through voluntary hardship. So learn to love the journey because there's always a lesson to be learned in every situation, good or bad. And I can't emphasize this enough. There is no shortcut to all of this. There just isn't. Or at least it hasn't been invented yet. Health and fitness is a lifestyle. It has to become something that you do just like brushing your teeth. It needs to be part of your identity, like on a cellular level. Like don't look at it like a magic 8-week crash diet that you put yourself through and then you're back to your old habits afterwards. So stop watching that motivational video for the 100th time just to try and motivate yourself. You don't need it. That's actually called toxic positivity, where you're just always looking for a quick hit but never taking action. You're gonna learn and progress so much faster if you just do it. Take action, make adjustments, and figure things out along the way. Don't know what to do for a workout? Just go for a walk. Are you gonna mess up? Probably, but that's okay. I want you to focus on progress, not perfection. Just remember, you don't need any more motivation. Dedication is better. So start by knowing your why, have a solid plan, and the knowledge to act on it regardless of how motivated you are. The next question then becomes, how are you actually supposed to eat if you want to lose weight? Because here's the thing, 80% of your body composition is determined by your diet. You can't just freestyle this part. Do you have a proven plan that you can follow? To help you with that, I want to give you a free copy of my Lean Body Blueprint. This is how I melted all the fat around my stomach without depriving myself of my favorite foods or wasting hours at the gym. It's a simple 4-step process specifically designed for busy professionals, and it's the exact same blueprint that I teach to all my private coaching clients, and they've all gone to see some amazing results. If you want to be the next success story, then download your free copy of the Lean Body Blueprint right now. There's going to be a link somewhere at the top here or in the description box. Just click on it, type in your email, and I'll send it to you right away. All right, that's all I've got. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and share it with your friends. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post a new video every week. And hey, leave a comment below if you have any questions about this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Virtual high five.